Hey there, welcome to Geeky Greenhouse. In this video, I'll share 6 items under $30 that every gardener should own. Now, the focus of this video will not be on things like seed starting cells or trays, which are very useful, but they can easily be replaced by things like leftover yogurt cups or takeout containers. So instead, we'll focus on highly useful items that provide a tremendous benefit in the garden and that I wouldn't want to go a day without. If you want to pick up any of these items, we'll leave links to all of them down in the description below. The first item on this list is a weeding tool. Some type of weeding tool is going to be essential, and we love both of these right here. This one on my left is called a Stirrup Hoe, and it basically has a blade that undercuts weeds. You can use it standing up and cut through large areas of weeds in a short amount of time. This is basically another variant of that called a collinear hoe, which has a central support there. This type of weeder is much more useful for tighter spaces, so if you're spacing your crops close together like lettuce and other greens, this makes it really easy to go through and take out all the weeds in a short amount of time. Weeding is not a fun job by any means, and there are some ways to mitigate the need for it in the first place, but without fail, there are some situations every year where we need to do some quick weeding to prepare a bed or something along those lines, and these help make sure that we don't break our backs doing so. One other option for weeding in a smaller space is something like this hand rake. You can quickly run it through the surface of the soil around your plants, and that will take care of smaller weeds when they're just starting to germinate. And it's also great for working in fertilizer to the first few inches of your soil. Definitely a useful tool too. The next item on this list is a good pair of pruning shears. This might be the item that I grab most often when I'm headed out into the garden. It's just got so many different uses, and it's always nice to have this on your tool belt. We use pruners every year to prune our tomatoes and cucumbers and other things that we want to trellis up a support system. They're also great for pruning your fruit trees or other perennials in your garden, and they're great at the end of the season for easily harvesting fruits and veggies. Now, you may be wondering why not just use a standard pair of scissors, and while that's definitely an option, there are a few things that differentiate pruning shears from scissors. The first is that they're spring-loaded, so when you're using it for a long time, you're not going to get tired opening and closing. You just have to worry about closing, and then it naturally goes back into the open position, which makes things a little bit easier over time. The next is the blade, which is usually made of some kind of hardened steel, which is a lot more durable than your standard scissors, which are used for cutting paper, not plant material. And a lot of pruners have this curved blade, which makes it a lot easier to cut through more stubborn, thick branches if you're pruning perennials or any other woody type of material. Next up is a classic, which you probably already own, but I want to talk about the different options here, and that is the garden trowel. We've tried a variety of different trowels, and you can get them in something like a wider scoop type of trowel, all the way down to this type of skinny transplanting trowel, or you can get something that kind of performs the same job but has even more versatility, like this Hori-Hori knife. The goal of any garden trowel is pretty much the same. It's basically a small shovel for digging out small holes and transplanting your plants into the ground. This one's actually pretty special to me. This was my grandfather's, and he used it to grow tomatoes on his balcony. It's seen a lot, and I'm going to try to make this last another lifetime. But again, if you're looking for something new with a little more practicality, this isn't for everyone, but a Hori-Hori knife serves multiple purposes. You'll notice that it's very skinny and straight, and it's got this pointed edge, which makes it very easy to pierce into stubborn soil. But it's also a knife, like I mentioned. On this side, you have a straight blade, and on the other side, you have a serrated blade, which makes it very easy to cut through plant material if you're hacking down your garden at the end of the season. And it also has these useful measurements so that you know how deep of a hole you're going to dig. They also come with a sheath to make things a little safer, but again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for a beginner. It's really only going to come in handy if you plan on using the blade aspect of this. For most gardeners, especially those just starting out, a normal metal garden trowel is the one to go for. Before I move on to the next item, I'm curious, what is the one tool that you couldn't live without out in the garden? Leave us a comment down below and let us know. The next item that I think every gardener should own is some kind of garden twine or string. This can literally be something like a strong roll of string like I have here, or you can upgrade to something like plant Velcro, which holds your plants in place and can be reused. But both of them have a place in our garden. The string is great for trellising. If you're going to be supporting something like tomatoes vertically, you'll need a basic support structure like string to tie the plants to. You can also use this string for other support methods like the Florida weave, which is great for growing peppers in a row. And the Velcro serves the purpose of connecting your plants to your support structure. So if you have a trellis of some kind, you're going to need to attach your plants to that trellis. You can rip it off by hand to a custom length and attach your plants that way. Or there are some plant clips available which are purpose-built for connecting your plants to a trellis. This is one of my favorite items. The only problem I have with it is that I tend to lose it regularly, so we do have multiple rolls of this on hand for when we need it. The next item is one of the coolest ones I think on this list, and that is a UV resistant garden marker. Labeling your plants is so important. It's very easy to lose track of what is what, especially if you're growing a lot of different varieties of the same type of plant like tomatoes or peppers. And if you're gonna do the job of labeling, I highly recommend skipping the Sharpie and upgrading to a garden marker, which resists direct sunlight and holds up for much longer throughout the season. We've tested this side by side, and without fail, the garden marker does better. The only downside is you usually have to buy in bulk. This is a 12 pack, but they make a great gift for any other gardeners that you happen to know. They will love you for giving them one of these markers. Now, before we get to the last item that every gardener should own, I wanted to do some honorable mentions here, starting with stakes, which are great introductory support systems that we still use on all of our plants throughout the season. They're great for holding up your peppers and other plants that tend to fall over when stronger winds show up, or later in the season when they become top heavy. You stick this about 6 or 8 inches into the ground, attach the plant to the stake, and they should stay upright. We have dozens of these. The next thing is a kneeler pad, which is usually just a foam pad with a little handle. These can save your knees when you're transplanting out into the garden or when you're doing some weeding or harvesting. It's a great little tool if your garden is in the ground or lower down, especially if you have problems with your knees. One other thing that's definitely optional, but I find very useful in the garden, is a harvesting basket. You can probably find this for a couple bucks at the thrift store. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but by the end of the season, hopefully when you have a good harvest, those things really pile up, so trying to do it by hand is definitely not going to work. A harvesting basket really comes in handy. And the last item that I think every gardener should have is some kind of covering for their garden beds. If you happen to live in a colder climate, this is the example I'm going to give, which is floating row cover. This essentially provides frost protection, which can extend your season in the beginning and in the end to basically give you more time to grow outdoors. Floating row cover doesn't require any support system. You can just lay it over the plants and attach it to the ground on either side. The warmth from the ground below will prevent the plants from getting frost in a light freeze. And if you get higher grade floating row cover, you can actually protect plants for up to 8 degrees Fahrenheit, or even a little bit higher if you live in a particularly cold area. But floating row cover isn't the only kind of cover that can come in handy. There's also insect netting, which is incredibly useful, especially if you're seeing a lot of damage from beetles or caterpillars or other flying insects and you want to keep those out for a certain period of time. Insect netting does a great job at that without sacrificing any light penetration. And the last type of covering is again for a specific type of climate. If you live in a very hot place, shade cloth can come in handy, protecting your plants from the intense sun during the hottest parts of the day. This may seem counterintuitive since plants obviously need a lot of light, but some plants are more sensitive to the light, especially when you live in a desert-like region. Shade cloth might be the covering for you. So those are the essential gardening tools that I think every gardener should own. Let me know if there's anything important that I missed down in a comment below, and I'll see you next time.